Hi, hello everyone. Today I'm back, and this time I wanted to talk about my experience with vegan food. And like before I started recording, I got almost blown up twice by creepers, and I probably shouldn't really stop my recordings during nighttime. But yeah, anyways, so I wanted to be talking about my experience with vegan food. And like before I start to talk, I want to say that like I have nothing against vegan food because this will be mostly a negative video, I guess. Like my thoughts aren't really that good. Like I'm all for being vegetarian, but being vegan is just too harsh for yourself. Like that's my general opinion on this stuff. But yeah, so when I first arrived here, like almost 2 months ago, I wait. Okay, I guess my own computer is lagging. So yeah, I live in the campus, so I was using the school's cafeterias to like eat food, and like this is all before I started to cook myself. And this event is pretty, this event is pretty important on the like why I started to cook myself, because like after this experience, I decided that I should be the one cooking my food, not somebody else, so I can just eat whatever I want. So, anyways, one day I go to the school's cafeteria to eat, and you have a lot of options there. It's like almost like an all-you-can-eat restaurant. You just have some limits on what you can take, like for a few items. Like it's mostly meat. You aren't allowed to have like infinite meat. So yeah, I go check the menu. It seems pretty good. So I just put some stuff on my plates. I pick some like fried potatoes, or like I guess it's like croquettes. This is at least what I'm thinking I'm getting. Also some lasagna. So like it all looked pretty decent. And so I just sit on my own because I didn't really have any friends at the moment. Yeah, I was kind of lonely. So yeah, I just go and sit on my own and start eating. Like I take my first bite and realize that it's not like potatoes or just regular lasagna. I accidentally got the like vegan option there, which I didn't really like a vegan lasagna, and it wasn't real potato croquettes. It was like fried beetroot, I guess. And like I guess I forgot to mention that, but I was like really hungry. I hadn't eaten for over 2 days, I think. So I'm basically starving at that point, and I will just eat anything. At least that's what I thought. And I take my first bite. It seemed actually pretty decent, but the more time the food spent inside my mouth, it just started to get way worse. To the point I almost like throw up. So I almost started to vomit, which wasn't really the best experience ever. And like I'm real hungry. I'm still trying to force myself to finish all that food, but I couldn't get myself to finish it. So I left half my plate empty, and like, oh, how do I say it? It's like I got to the place where we put our dishes, because like they don't just take it. You gotta put it on your own. And I had to like kind of be ashamed. Like I was kind of ashamed to not really finish my plate because I was wasting a lot of food, but it just tasted horrible, man. I can't do anything about it. I couldn't eat it. I couldn't force myself to eat it. It tasted absolutely horrible. So yeah, I couldn't really finish the food, and it just tasted really bad. So like I thought to myself, like, if this is what the food tastes like, of course I can't really derive much from a single experience. But if this is what vegan food tastes like, why are people really being vegan? I understand the environmental point, like a lot of greenhouse gases being produced because of the like food industry, and it's really better if we just start to eat only veggies and fruits. But yeah, would we really do it to ourselves? Like, I mean, we are selfish. I mean, even if you don't really want to admit it, you are selfish. And we just value humans more than other species, which is, I guess, pretty natural. But yeah, like animals and plants, they are both technically alive, so I don't really get the point of us liking animals more. Like, I understand that we value animals more because we see them as more alive, I guess. Like, yeah, sure, plants are alive as well, but we don't really recognize them like that. Oh, so I had a little bit of a thought experiment, right? I thought to myself, if I had the option to choose between saving a puppy and saving a child, I would probably save the child, and I assume that's what you would do as well, right? But like that kid could be the next Hitler, you never know. So is it really better to save the child? Are these two lives really worth the same? I think I'm getting a little bit philosophical here, but like we value humans way more than other species, and I am sure that it is the same for you. And yeah, I guess I got kind of off point there, but yeah. So back to vegan food. So I understand that saving animals is nice and all, but why can't you just be vegetarian? Like, do you really have to stop yourself from drinking milk or eating eggs? And I think it's just too limiting to be a vegan. Like, I'm completely fine with being vegetarian. I could maybe do it. Not sure though. I really like meat. Like, it consists of half of my diet, so I wouldn't really give up on that probably. But if I had the choice, oh, also we got a diamond, which is pretty good. If I had the choice, I wouldn't really do it, but I could live as a vegetarian. I couldn't live as a vegan though, because you can't eat eggs, you can't eat any sort of dairy products, which is a lot of stuff, by the way. You can't eat cakes. Well, you can make vegan cakes, but still. You can't eat cheese and anything that contains cheese. No milk, no omelets, no pancakes, no waffles, no nothing. Nothing with cream. It's just way too limiting, and I wouldn't really want to do that. And I'm not even going to comment on the taste of food. It was absolutely horrible. I couldn't even eat it when I was almost starving. Like that's how bad it was. Of course, as I said, it's just a single experience, and I don't really want to be judgmental off of a single experience, but still, I really didn't like it. And that's also one of the main reasons why I started to cook on my own, and I will say I'm pretty decent at it. And it's actually really fun. I recommend everyone to cook on their own. I mean, I did cut myself a few times, but still, you gotta learn it at some point in your life. Not you will have to cook on your own one day, or maybe cook for someone else. I don't know. But yeah, it's a pretty good skill to have, I guess. And yeah, I don't really have much more to talk about it. It's just vegan food kind of sucks, in my opinion. And yeah, these are just opinions. Again, I have to warn it because we are on the internet and some people just can't seem to understand opinions exist and people might be different. But yeah, anyways, thank you all for watching and bye.